Welcome everyone to another draft with Michael Jacob at twitch.tv/darkest_mage. This is the second draft of the 64-person elimination queue. We already 3-0'd the first one, so we're at another one here. And I think for the choices, we've got Fairy Fencing, Grasp of Fate, Frantic Firebolts, Beanstalk Worm. All seem to be high picks here. I think Fairy Fencing is probably the best. I'm not a huge fan of Grasp of Fate. It's sorcery speed, and it stays in play, and black has a common shatter that everybody plays. I think it's either Fairy Fencing or Frantic Firebolt. Or Beanstalk Worm. I wouldn't be unhappy taking Beanstalk Worm. I'm gonna take Fairy Fencing though. Alright, seems like it might have been a good call. As there's all fairy cards in this pack. So the person next to us took the fake card, right? As far as cards I could have taken over, like, the cards that I see, I mean, there aren't a ton of cards that are better than these, right? Maybe Goblin with Barman is probably the card I'm thinking of. Could have taken Bitter Blossom, I suppose. I'm gonna take the Lightning Looter. I actually don't think this card's particularly good. Utopia Sprawl. Yeah, Utopia Sprawl is another one they could have had. Here it's Balloonist Gatekeeper or Feed the Cauldron. I think I like Feed the Cauldron. I don't like Disdainful Stroke. There's also Sir Ginger. We could take Sir Ginger. What does this do? Whenever another artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a counter on this and scry 1. It is a rare. It goes more into black-red than black-blue. I think Feed the Cauldron is totally replaceable. And this is a rare, so we can play with the rare. I don't think Feed the Cauldron is really that much better than just like a 3-mana 3/2 random card. So here's Utopia Sprawl. So here we have Johann, Shrouded Shepherd, Balloonist Gatekeeper, Utopia Sprawl, huh? I'm kind of in to take Utopia Sprawl. But Shrouded Shepherd is okay as well. I think green-black might be open. Or green-blue might be open. Shrouded Shepherd is good. Even for the black aspect, it is good. But Utopia Sprawl is completely bonkers. And Sprawl works well with Sir Ginger if I want food. There's lots of food in green. Let's take the Utopia Sprawl here. Not much. This pack has almost nothing. I don't want any of these cards. I think Return from the Wilds is pretty trash. This looks like a Rawan's Grim Search or a Sleight of Hand or a Voracious Vermin. Let's take the stopgap here. Alright. So this pack has Curiosity, Prophetic Prism, and Grabby Giant and Flick a Coin. Curiosity is a card that we could use. We do have Likeness Looter, and if we end up being fairies, it's pretty good on a Barrow Naughty. Prophetic Prism would be good if we ended up going into some sort of green-blue-black strategy. I think red is not happening. I'm gonna take... I think I'm gonna take the Prism. I don't think Blue-Black Fairies is open. Here we've got Minecart Daredevil, Collector's Vaults, Mocking Sprites. I've been pretty happy with Minecart Daredevil. I think it's the best card in this pack. There is Mocking Sprite, but I think Mocking Sprite's pretty replaceable. I can definitely deal without it. And Minecart Daredevils are like a pretty good card. So here we've got Evolving Wilds and Fell Horseman. I think are the two best cards. We can take Evolving Wilds here. The Rotisserie is back. I'm pretty sure it's bad, but I'm not going to play any of these cards, so... Is it better than Tattered Ratter? Probably. Here we've got Ginger Brute with Sir Ginger, I guess. Yeah, I'm not really interested in Collector's Vault. I'm aware it gets treasures with Sir Ginger. I'm also... I'd rather just play any cards instead. It's not perfect with Ginger, because in all likelihood with Collector's Vault, you'll be discarding Sir Ginger. Spider Food seems like a reasonable sideboard card. Plunge into Winter, take another Ginger Brood here, I guess. You can joke around that red-blue was open, but all we saw was a Johan. Yes, we could have Unruly Catapult. But... And Gumdrop Poisoner is back. It won us the previous draft. It wants to win us another one. I'm digging it. It's also a food token for our Sir Ginger. I am digging it. In Gumdrop we believe. Cards like Back for Seconds and Fell Horseman now get better that we have Gumdrop Poisoner. That's certainly a reason to be running them. So here's Back for Seconds. Graceful Takedown, Hamlet Glutton, Monstrosity. Living Light turn does not draw a card, right? No, it doesn't draw a card. Oh, it does draw a card. It's the first line of text. I didn't even see that. Card's better than I thought. There's also a Threadbind Click. Probably want to take Threadbind Click if I'm going to be having Utopia Sprawl and Evolving Wilds. But is that better than Back for Seconds, considering we have a Gumdrop Poisoner already? This Back for Seconds is going to be great, but is it that much better than Fell Horseman? Not really. Could take Graceful Takedown here. Do a Threadbind Click, Back for Seconds, or Graceful Takedown. I don't think we're actually going to be white quite yet, so I'm going to take Back for Seconds, a card I know is going to be great in our deck. So here we have Barrow Naughty, Beanstalk Worm, or Picnic Ruiner, and also Neva, but I'm kind of partial to Picnic Ruiner. But maybe Barrow Naughty is also a lifelinking card and it's also a fairy for our fairy fencing. But Picnic Ruiner is a pretty awesome card. And we could just be red-black. Barrow Naughty is not very replaceable. The Picnic Ruiner is so much value. So here we've got Candy Trail, Stromkeld Vanguard, or Fairy Fencing number 2. If I'd taken the Barrow Naughty, obviously I'd take Fairy Fencing number 2. But considering we're not there, we have Stormkeld Vanguard or Beanstalk Worm. I've not been terribly impressed by the Stormkeld Vanguard. There's also Into the Fake Court, but I think we're pretty far from that. Not been terribly impressed by the Vanguard. Not been terribly impressed at all. That being said, I can probably still take it. I think Beanstalk Worm's actually better. So here we've got Red Tooth Vanguard, Restless Vinestalk, Barrow Naughty. Not a bad pack. Kind of like Red Tooth Vanguard. I also kind of like Restless Vinestalk. I think this card is mostly replaceable. I think the land's going to be awesome no matter what. Unnatural Growth, Not Dead After All. Not Dead After All is insane with Gumdrop Poisoner, but I don't think we need more ways for that to work. I think I'm going to take Barrel Naughty here. Here we've got Beanstalk Worm or Scream Puff. Probably Scream Puff. I do really like the reach aspect of this card and the higher power. Chat just loves Collector's Vault. There's nothing they want to do more than have Collector's Vault. So here we have Fairy Fencing and Ruby Daring Tracker. Ruby I think is pretty replaceable, and if we are red, it's going to be splashing it like one mountain. Fairy Fencing could be... We have 2 fairies right now. We can probably get a couple more. Here, I think I just sideboarded Ego Drain. Here we've got Return from the Wilds, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I could definitely see playing it in this deck. All white cards. This is probably the best one. I think the only truly questionable line we had was we could have taken Barrow Naughty over Picnic Ruiner. I'm a huge fan of Picnic Ruiner, though. I've played with Collector's Vault, and I'm not impressed. Here's Fell Horseman, which we're probably going to play because we got Gumdrop Poisoner, so it's a reasonable card here. Prowler, we might play. Yeah, Picnic Ruiner is certainly a Ruiner in Picnics. That guy does not mess around. It looks like green cards weren't terribly open, despite we got like a 4th pick Utopia Sprawl. Then I don't know what green cards people were taking over Utopia Sprawl. It's kind of disturbing, actually, but Elvish Archivist. Stormcloud Velguard, I think, is like pretty replaceable. Elvish Archivist is a rare. It's pretty good. Works really well. Living Lectern. They go with Utopia Sprawl. I think I want to be green, black, blue. I think that is the plan. So here we have Johann. When basically nothing else. There's a Voracious Vermin, but just I feel like Johann's probably the choice here. No, we don't need Scarecrow Guide for fixing. Here we've got Tenacious Tomb Seeker, Monstrosity Fairy Dream Thief, and Candy Trail. I'm a big fan of Tenacious Tomb Seeker. We don't have a lot of random crap lying around, though. The Dream Thief does give us access to our 2 fencings on the discounts. Fairy Dream Thief is also a card we can discard to Likeness Looter, but Tenacious Tomb Seeker is pretty strong. We don't have a ton of great spells to get back unless I have a fairy in play. So I guess I'll take the Fairy Dream Thief. Here we've got Dream Spoilers, which is a fairy, but I think is in general a pretty mediocre card. Prismatic Omen, Tattered Reaper. There's Rowan's Grim Search and Ventress Transmuter. Transmuter works with our Johann, works with our Elvish Archivist, right? I think we want this one. All right, so here we've got Season of Growth. We don't have a lot to work with that. So we have another Ventress Transmuter or a Beanstalk Worm. Beanstalk Worm also works with Johann. I'm a fan of the Beanstalk Worm. I think it's better than Ventress Transmuter. Here we've got Into the Fake Chord, Hopeless Nightmare, Red Tooth Genealogist. We don't really have any bargaining for the Hopeless Nightmare. So we have Into the Fake Court and Leaping Ambushes, I guess, is okay too. I think I want to take Into the Fake Court. Our deck could use a draw 3. Do we have a... We have Ego Drain in the sideboard, okay. We can take Whisper, or we can take Aquatic Alchemist. I kind of like Aquatic Alchemist. We can put our Fairy Fencings on top. It's also a 2-drop. Here we got, I think Picklock Prankster is okay. Also a fairy for our Fairy Fencing. Here we've got Obria's Attendants or Candy Trail. I'm a big fan of Candy Trail. It'll help us fix our mana. Nothing really here. Break the spell. Another Candy Trail, not too bad. It looks like we're blue, black, green, unfortunately. I'm glad we took that back for seconds. Well, a Candy Trail works with the elf and it works with Sir Ginger, right? So Picklock Prankster also makes the Ego Drain a lot better. I'm gonna play the Ego Drain. Do we need more than one forest? We only have 2 green cards, so probably not. Beanstalk Worm and Spider Food are both cards we could sideboard in conceivably. Same as Stromkilled Vanguard. Ego Drain is certainly the worst card in our deck. I don't mind trying it out. Alright, this is run 1 of the top 8. Got Ego Drain here. Need to find some fairies. Picnic Ruiner. Probably want that guy not now. So I guess we'll put him on the bottom. Basically just want to Candy Trail directly into Gumdrop Poisoner, right? Descry to look for that one. We want to play the Aquatic Alchemist here. Probably not. Might draw the 1-cost fairy or another candy trail. Definitely don't want either of these. So we got 4 cards closer to Gumdrop Poisoner. That's good news. Well, I don't want to see that. Hey, Mercurio Blue, thanks for the sub. Oh, thanks for getting another sub. Appreciate it. Goose Mother. Uh-oh. Hmm. I see. Do we want this forest? We sacked our Prophetic Prism. Do we want the forest? Probably not. We could have drained the goose away. Maybe that was a better play. That is not what we wanted. Not what we wanted. And they had nothing, too. Not getting rid of the goose is going to be a costly loss here. Hmm. A mistake was made. To be honest, I thought I would hit fairy fencing or something, but it ended up not being the case. Oh wow, they have another rare here. They have a lot of rares. Okay. Okay. How do we already used our 2 candy trails. I'm not sure how we get out of this. Mistakes were made, not ego draining that goose mother. I thought I would get to a fairy fencing and it was better the way I did it. But we did not get to a fairy fencing. Both of our fairy fencings are in our bottom like 14 cards. What is our plan going to be? Draw fairy fencing next turn. So we have 8 mana. Draw fairy fencing doing X equals 2 doesn't kill this. Oh boy. We are in a tough spot. I think our way out is we get back for seconds. We play Living Lectern. We sack it to draw a card, but to counter the poisoner is 3 mana. We have 5 mana left over afterwards. So we're definitely drawing fairy fencing next turn. So we can okay, so we can fairy fencing x equals 3. So that guy's dead. Then we get aquatic alchemist, the fairy fencing. We can then fairy fencing the beanstalk worm for x equals 1. And then things are looking okay. Do I chump block here to gain 6 life? I think I need the 6th power to block next turn. Surgenger is coming. So we can put this into play. And put this into play. We can put Baronati into play. Well, if Picklock Prankster is a fairy, so we don't have to worry about that. It's unfortunate that we milled the transmuter. so we can play Living Lectern. Do I want to draw Evolving Wilds? I put Picnic Ruiner on the bottom. So I guess I want to shuffle my deck to get Picnic Ruiner. The question is, do I want to play Sir Ginger first? I guess I do. To get a counter on the Sir Ginger. I guess I can just scry myself to the Picnic Ruiner. Don't need to shuffle my deck. No, I need to shuffle my deck because I need to shuffle my deck because if Fell Horseman dies, I need it to be back into my deck and shuffle it back to the top. I don't have a green source in my deck currently, unfortunately. Do I attack with Fairy Dream Thief? I do not. Oh, I should have pumped it. That's all right. We don't have a green source in our deck for the Vine Stalk to attack. We didn't play this game particularly optimally. All right. Probably want spider food to kill that flyer. Probably can't play living lectern. We want Storm-Killed Prowler. It's just a giant creature. Do we want Minecart Daredevil? Storm-Killed Vanguard is just another giant creature. We need to kill them, so maybe Beanstalk Worm has some advantages over like a stopgap. I might still need a living lectern just as a way to put a counter on one of my creatures and start scrying. Is that better than Fairy Dream Thief? They didn't have a ton of removal spells, so the Fairy Dream Thief was a whole lot of 1-mana 1/1. Maybe we just don't have time for the Archivist. Just play Storm-Killed Prowler instead. Maybe deciding between white and blue or green. It's a big creature. All right. Um, how do I want to do this? I need to play this Living Lectern. 6/7 creature is bigger than everything they played, right? The biggest creature was a 6/6. I removed the stop on my upkeep. Graceful takedown. Oh, better chill. What are we gonna play next turn? Draw a card, gain 3. Doesn't deal with the Goose Mother. Them drawing out land is pretty sad for us. That kills us. I think if we had 2 more minutes, we might have won this game. We can beat everything they have, assuming there's a fairy fencing under our top 6 cards. Oh, they shrunk their own creature. That was maybe not the right play. Look, enemy made a misclick. There's nothing we can do about it. You gotta play the game as it lies. I there's like I can't just concede the game. Cause like there's a fairy fencing on top. I don't even lose this game. Like even if they don't misclick, I don't even lose this game. Cause I can Johan on their turn or on my upkeep. Basically, they could have a 4-1, a 4-2 in play. They could have a 4-2 in play, and I wouldn't have attacked for 7, and this would be dead. But I think we still win this game. I have a 4-5 and a 1-3 versus a 2-3 and a 4-2. Like I still win this game, right? Like even if they don't misclick, I think I win this. If they had blocked Sir Ginger, I would have put it back into play. No, we could have killed him with that. Whoops. Yeah, after the ego drain, I correctly identified my win condition. All right. I guess we keep this. 2 for 2. I'm actually not sure that's the right play, but it probably is. Moment of Valor. The Forest enables the Restless Vine Stalk, but I don't think we need to be worried about that. It's a lot of unassuming sages. Another Moment of Valor? What does it give? +1/0 and indestructible? I'm not pushing 2. I have a 2/3 in play. Moment of Valor is going to kill my Elvish Archivist if it gets bigger anyway. They could have a Return Triumphant. Would it be a reason to block? A reason to attack here? Kellen's Lightblades. Yeah, it's going to get me. I mean, if it becomes a 4 or 5, it still dies anyway, so it's not a big deal. I'm not concerned about it. Kind of awkward that we put Johann Stopgap on top and then did that, but I guess that is kind of awkward. It be what it be. I'm a huge fan of Aquatic Alchemist, by the way, if you weren't familiar. I'm a huge fan of it. Especially with Johann, but do we want spider food? I didn't see any flyers. Do I just want 2 mana 2/1 against them? Our curve in our deck is actually extremely low. Like, these are kind of over here, right? I mean, the curve of our deck is extremely low. We have so few cards that cost more than 3. I think we're good here. Unless I see a flyer from them, I'm not going to put in Beanstalk Worm and Spider Food. Turn 2 Picnic Render is ambitious. You're right, the Picnic Render is more of a 4-drop than a 2-drop. Do we want Barrow Naughty? I don't think so. We need to get more towards a draw 3, right? You need to try to draw Gumdrop Poisoner or Back for Seconds or stuff like that. The Sagers are rather unassuming. Well, we found a flyer. Yeah, there's a threadbind click, which is destroy a tapped creature. The problem with um making Surge Under a 4/2 is that it doesn't allow me to attack for 5. Damn it. Like one of the only cards that punishes us for doing that. You're right, there's no point in upkeeping because I get the scry animation immediately. It was a bad play. Punished massively for it. Need to draw fairy fencing. Definitely wish my living like turn was a 2/5. Well, we had 2 tap lands in our deck, so I wasn't gonna play a lot. Fair. Chucked this game in the bin, didn't we? I don't know why we tapped the Swan to play the Archivist. That was stupid. I don't know what I was thinking. I should probably have just blocked the unassuming Sage. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Gumdrop Poisoner is going to carry us again. Maybe not. Well, we don't want to draw this anyway. Oh, God. Hello. Does he maintain the ability? It has flying and this ability. So do I want to be... Do I want to be... an Elvish Archivist? Not an Elvish Archivist. Do I want to be a... Oh, my guy got exiled? Oh, my Poisoner got exiled. Damn. Alright. Well. I could have gone better. Alright. Hold on this Swamp to discard the Likeness Looter, maybe. I think we actually hold on to Fairy Fencing as well. That's a pretty decent one. Let's see. Get back. Picnic Ruiner. And I guess Sir Ginger? I don't have to bargain this. Oh, I should have make my Lightness Looter into a Picnic Ruiner first. That was a mistake, because I could have killed him next turn. I just could have tapped with a 10 power Double Striker. Yeah. Or not 10 power. Like what I should have done is I should have Likeness Leader should have become a Picnic Ruiner, and then I then regrow Picnic Ruiner, and then next turn I Picnic Ruiner and put 2 counters on this and 2 counters on this, 1 counters on this, and then this becomes a 4/4 flying double strike. And they're at 8-6. They're at 16. That was the play. It was my first time playing with that Likeness Looter, so I forgot about that combo. I wanted to be a Gumdrop Poisoner that I forgot that it can be a double striker. Interesting. Welcome to the final round. You didn't miss anything. I'd turn Evolving Wilds for a forest. Both kept 7. It's back. An island? Probably don't want the island. I probably do want the Into the Fate Court, though. The Catapult? If we draw a land here, then, do not draw a land. We did, this does cantrip, though. I think it's more important for us to play this next turn than it is for me to attack for 1. Which may have been a reason to keep the island on top, but I think in a vacuum, I'd rather not. I did pass to Curiosity, so they could Curiosity this. That's a lot of unruly catapults. Fortunately, I've got a 4-power creature in play. Oops. Oh, here. There we go. Enemy is pinging us. We could use our Restless Vinestalk to pump our Elvish Archivist to be a 7/7. That is a play. That actually seems like it is a play, right? And then they have to chomp, take 6, go to 6. Although I guess if I could play Search Engine. This is a 4-power creature. We can play this, this, and this. Maybe that's better. Plus we get to gain 3. We threaten lethal next turn. You can't play Vantress Transmuter and attack with this next turn, though. So, if we... Let's see what happens. If we were to animate Restless Vinestalk and attack, and pump this, they have to chomp. So this blocks this. They take 6, go to 6. Then what? Next turn, I don't have enough mana to tap this and activate this again. So, no, this is a 0 power creature. This is a 3 power creature. I guess if I Restless Vine Stalk this, they could torch the tower it, and that could be bad. It's 1 less damage, but they may just have to chump anyway. 5, 9. It is 12. It is 12. And they go to 3. They could have a torch the tower here, which would be truly terrible. So I don't think we're gonna play. We're not gonna play around that. I think this is better. I guess they could have like 4 more spells and we're dead. Okay. So they're at 4. If I swing out and pump the flyer, they are dead, right? Because this has trample. So they're taking 1 from this no matter what. So they're at 4. And I have 4 ground attack. I have 3 attackers. So I think they're dead on board. Let me refresh this. Restless Vine Stalk, pump the fairy token. They go to 2. Oh, they go to 1, right? Is this spot? They go to 1. Right? No, they always take 1 trample. 04 blocks this. This has trample, right? So 04 blocks this. 04 blocks this. 1-3 blocks this. They take 3, 4, 5. I know for chat it's easy to do the math. But over here, we are making sure that we have everything squared away. Let me think. If that's okay with you, let me think. Stopgap is bad. And we need to add another forest. Those are adding 2 green cards. Do we want to take out the Fairy Dream Thief? That is the question. Depends if I think our opponent has 2/1 flyers. Yeah, the Lobber Crew is an artifact, so I bordered in the 2 disenchants. I think this hand is a mole. If we had a forest, I'd probably keep. Okay, this is a keep. Swamp on the bottom. Maybe we shouldn't have put a swamp on the bottom. Maybe we need to be able to cast Fairy Fencing and Ego Drain on the same, or Baronati and the other one on the same turn. Yeah, that was maybe a mistake. I have double blue cards in my deck, though. I have 2 double blue cards. Yeah, maybe a mistake. Oops. I'm gonna make them have it. I think if I had a swamp in my hand, I would have played Living Lectern here. Monstrous Rage. Splashy Spellcaster. And an Unsummon. Take the Splashy Spellcaster. That's not too bad. So their hand is Monstrous Rage and an Island. So if we sack this, it gets +2/+2. We get to scry 1 twice. I need to make sure I hit a land next turn. Let's do this. I guess if there was Evolving Wilds on top, I would have played it. So this was a mistake. Should have done this before playing my land. That's all right. So we're drawing a land next turn for Scream Puff. No point in attacking. I know the top card and I want to keep it. They didn't leave open red. I could have attacked and scryed 1 there. I didn't see that. That was my mistake. If our top card is what we don't want, that was a mistake. I think we actually might have wanted that. Yeah, I missed 3 damage in a scry last turn. I wasn't paying attention. Don't think I want either of these. Yeah, I missed 3 damage last turn. That's okay, though. They have Monstrous Rage and an Unknown in their hand. Let's scry one here. Archivist. That's not bad. Makes their living their turn draw 2 cards. It's a lot of value. Is it enough? Is it enough, though? I think we want to draw a disenchant much more than this. I think we actually have to bottom that. At the end of the day, it's a 2/3 cantrip, and I don't think a 2/3 cantrip is what we want here. So their one card is Monstrous Rage. Okay. Oh, we just died. Damn. I did not think we were going to lose this game this badly. This doesn't work. The cool thing is, a balloon is a gatekeeper, it gets countered. So. Okay. Gotta draw lands at some point, right? What is likeness looter going to be? Not a fairy fencing is what it is. Put on the bottom, I think. So what we can do is, these are both lethal creatures. We can Aquatic Alchemist, the Fairy Fencing for 1, 2, 3. Play Prophetic Prism. Draw it, but then it doesn't do much in play. Um, But they only have 6 attack, so if I have a fairy fencing for 1, it's really good here. That seems to be the play. This is gonna kill Unruly Catapult. Does that matter? Maybe they cursed roll. Doesn't matter either. I think we keep this. The question is, do we play 1-3 or do we play Picklock Prankster? Because it's a fairy for our fairy fencing. I think we just want to play the Aquatic Alchemist here. This guy is lethal, because we can give this guy, turn him into a 5-3. Woo! Heck yeah. Secret is Gumdrop Poisoners. Heck yeah! Sir Ginger's ability to sacrifice itself to gain life. Heck yeah. The secret to success in this format is Gumdrop Poisoner. These are competitive trophies. They are nothing. These are QPs. You can use these to enter like events. I don't know when they last. This is equivalent to $50. And then these are worth like 2.5 each, right? So this is like, what is it, 125, 175, maybe 200, depending on how you value. I don't know what the treasure chest price is, but well, thanks everybody for watching, and don't forget to follow me on Twitch and Twitter, or subscribe to my YouTube if you're watching it there. Like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Michael Jacob, twitch.tv/darkest_mage, signing off.